Hey friends, it's Dora. I'm back for day 10. Grade 11. Oh, yesterday was 10. I got my days mixed up. All right, so today is day 10 of our 12 days of Christmas. So in our song, it's 11 pipers piping. But in the Christian form of the song, it is 11 faithful apostles. So apostles is like disciples. And the 12 disciples, there was 12, but one of them, he betrayed Jesus. And so we're going to talk about the 11 faithful ones, okay? So we're going to list them off. So there's Andrew and Simon and James and John and Philip and Nathaniel, Matthew and Thomas and another James, and Simon and Judas was the number 12. All right, so we're going to talk about the 11. All right, so there's Andrew. Andrew was the first one that was chosen, and he was a passionate preacher, and he shared the gospel boldly, and he just was very significant in starting the early church. Simon was Simon Peter. So he was also known, he was the one, remember in the story at Easter time, when someone denied Jesus 3 times, that was Simon Peter. Then there was James. He was the son of Zebedee. That's how he was known. Sometimes they were in the Bible, they called him James, the son of Zebedee. So they didn't really just call him James. They called him James, the son of Zebedee. He was known for being a man of intense passion, and he was nicknamed, him and his brother was nicknamed the Sons of Thunder. So they got up and did things. They made things happen. And then there was his brother John, and he again was the Sons of Thunder, and he was a part of. Jesus had 3 in his inner circle, and they were James, Peter, James, and John were the 3. So that's the 3 we just talked about. So we got John, and John was the one who wrote 4 books of the Bible. He wrote 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, and the book of Revelation. So he wrote in the New Testament. So he has a big role to play. Then there was Philip. We don't know much about him. It just says that he was curious. And Nathaniel, and he had another name. So sometimes you might hear him called Nathaniel, or you might call him Bartholomew. That's a big name, right? Bartholomew. And then there was Matthew. He was a tax collector. And most people didn't like him because in that time, the people of Israel, they despised them. They didn't like the tax collectors because they were known for taking extra money from the people to pay the Romans. And sometimes they put some of it in their own pocket. So that was bad. So that was stealing, right? So, but when Jesus called Matthew to be a disciple, Matthew changed his ways and he paid back more than he took from the people. Then there was a guy called Thomas, and his nickname was Doubting Thomas, because when Jesus died on the cross and came back and he showed himself to the 12 disciples, then he doubted. He didn't believe that it was really Jesus. So he was called Doubting Thomas. And then there was James. He was the older brother of John. He was rather quiet, and we don't know too much about him. And then there was Jude. He's also known as Thaddeus. So sometimes when you get the list of the disciples, their names are a little bit different, because sometimes Jesus changed their names, and sometimes they had another meaning for their name, so they might be called a different name. And then there was Simon, and he was he had amazing passion and courage, and so Simon had believed the truth and he embraced Christ as Lord right away. So that's 11 disciples. So there's lots of them. So Jesus called 12 men and one was Judas, but remember I said he betrayed. So because it's today is day 11, it's the faithful disciples. And so Jesus called his 12 to him, and he gave them authority to drive out impure spirits and to heal every disease and sickness. And he appointed 12 that might be with him, and that he might send them out to preach to the people, because that's what he wanted. He wanted people that would go out into the world and share the gospel. And this is how we know about Christianity today, because of these 12 men, right? Or 11 of them, because one didn't do it. The 12 men that responded to these calls, they were just ordinary people, just like you and me. They weren't anything special. They didn't have great big university degrees. Most of them were fishermen. They were common people. They were fishermen. One was a tax collector, and they just were normal people. They didn't have big jobs or big education. And Jesus called them because he knew they understood how the lower people in the world worked. And he wanted to just have ordinary people, and not people that were very educated and stuff, and other people wouldn't understand them. And those people caused Christianity to grow, and we have the church today because of these 11 faithful disciples. All right, so you're going to listen to a couple of songs and maybe a video, and hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you. And tomorrow I'm back for the 12th day of Christmas, the very last one. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye.